Hey, what is up guys? It's Mordant. Ananta is still at TGS and there has been a ton of Ananta footage flying around the internet. So after watching a lot of these videos, here's a compilation of different systems that I have confirmed are actually going to be in the game. And without wasting much time, let's get into the video. Hey, what is up guys? It's Mordant. Now, there's still going to be a ton of Ananta coverage from me, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. And if you're interested in news videos, challenge videos, discussion videos, and lore videos from any of the games that you can see on screen right now, then you really need to be subscribed to the channel. Also, make sure you're following me on Twitter because that's where I drop updates first before I make my videos. And you can also join the Discord channel so you can actually suggest things to me and also be able to discuss with me. So with that being said, let's get into all of the things that I see are confirmed to be coming to Ananta. So, one of the first things that I noticed was that every character in the game has a specific system that is attached to them that makes them feel unique. For example, the MC is the only character out of the entire playable cast that is able to swing around in the city like Spider-Man. Yes, he can call a car and also ride around in a car, but no other character is able to swing around in the city using these venom-like tendrils. At the same time, Taffy has the bunny bike, and no other character is able to use the bunny bike. Richie is a police officer for the NCCA, and Richie is the only character that can perform arrests, administer breathalyzer tests, and do all of the other things that cops are able to do. And I honestly see this as a very huge win, because if they had actually made every character be able to do all of these things, it would have gotten boring really quick because there's really no variety in the game. But now, if you want to do roleplay as a cop, then you know that you are going to be playing as Richie all of the time. If you want the Spider-Man-like gameplay, you know that you want to be with the MC at all times. And all of these characters still have shared things that they can do. For example, all of our characters are espers, which is why you can see that every single one of our characters are basically able to pick up objects with their minds and throw them around at people. And just to throw in a little bit of speculation, Seymour is a character that we all know as basically the Aiden Pierce of this game. So I think that this spider drone is actually a unique ability that he alone has, and just like I said before, no other character can actually do this. And from this we can also speculate that no other character will also be able to do anything related to hacking in the game. Now, this is something that a lot of people were curious about, whether or not the game had actually cancelled the female MC, since we didn't see any mention or trace of her ever since we got to TGS. Well, I am happy to report that the female MC is in the game. Mr. Sticks asked the devs, and basically they gave him these stickers, which basically proves that the female MC is going to be in the game. Now, a question that I know some other people are going to have is, will we be able to switch between genders at any time? Or is this going to be a case where if we choose one gender, we are stuck with that gender for the rest of that account's lifetime? That's something we don't know. Personally speaking, I don't mind if I'm stuck with the male MC forever and ever, because I'm a guy and I always play as the male MCs in all of these games. But I know there are a lot of people who will actually want the ability to switch between genders. So netease, if you're listening, please consider adding the ability to swap between genders at any time. That would be really appreciated. Now let's talk about the third system that I think is actually going to be in the game, random encounters. Now in my video that I made discussing details that we may have missed in the Ananta trailer, I specifically mentioned that there were some red and blue dots that were on the map that I did not know what they were. So I've seen this quite a bit on the map. I've seen some blue icons and I've seen some red icons. I was at first thinking that these just signify enemies in the area, but right now I don't know, because this is what enemies look like on the map, but this looks different. It's like, I don't know really, maybe gang locations or something? I don't know for sure, but I just know that it's there. Now, those are confirmed to be random encounters that you can have around the map. The red ones seem to be with enemies. If you navigate towards these, you will meet enemies from different gangs and different factions in the game, and you can fight them in order to gain some rewards in the game. The blue ones, I think, are going to be more citizen related because I haven't seen any clips of anyone going towards a blue one. But if anyone knows or has any details about the blue ones, then please leave them down in the comments. Or if I find out anything, I will put it down in the comments for you. Another thing that I want to mention is the fast traveling system that is in the game. Now, in my video where I was talking about the things that you may have missed in the first Ananta trailer, I specifically mentioned something about an icon, which I later on, while I was editing the video, mentioned that it was the Nova City Metro icon. That icon specifically is used to fast travel across the map. Now, whether or not there are going to be other forms of fast travel in the game remain to be seen. Like I mentioned in the video before this video, I saw taxis in the game, and I'm still wondering whether or not it's going to be possible for us to ride in a taxi to get to a destination. We also know that there are other forms of transportation, like you can go to a dealership and you can actually buy a car and keep it for yourself, and then you can call that car to yourself and then drive around the city with that. While talking about this, it actually makes me curious whether or not we're going to have a garage in the game where we can actually display our cars, because car enthusiasts like Ananko will absolutely love that, but that remains to be seen. Now, one cool feature about the fast travel system in the game is that if you use the Nova City Metro, it actually costs money for you to actually use that form of transportation to get to anywhere in the city. It's a small detail, I actually like it. I can imagine a scenario where players are like absolutely broke and they need to get to a location but they cannot use the fast travel, so they have to like leg it to actually get to that place. It would be a funny thing to see. I don't think it's going to happen a lot, but I still can see it happening. This is actually a very common system in most games these days. It's the system that allows you to come across random objects or random persons and learn information about them. In this game, it's called the Codex, and Rexlent showed it in his video covering Ananta at TGS. Now, I'm most excited for this system because of the potential that it has to build up the lore of the world. Since we know that in the Codex, we can learn information about enemies, about items, about characters, then that means that we can potentially start to learn more things about the world, and it allows me and other people who are playing this game to make speculations about what could be coming up in the story or what could happen based off the things that we know at the moment. It's a very small detail that I don't think a lot of people are going to care about, but I really appreciate the fact that it's actually here in the game. This was something that we already knew was going to be coming to the game, but there was something that I noticed that I'm not very sure is correct, but it should be correct. Different stores have different brands of clothes that they can offer you. For example, if you look at this clip, the clothes selection that we have here is very different from this clip right over here. That's a very small detail. I really like that. I really like that, because some games could actually just overlook this and just make us buy the exact same kinds of clothes over and over. But the fact that Ananta actually took the time to make sure that different stores offer different brands of clothes is a very welcome feature. The last system that I want to talk about is the time progression system. So this is basically a system that we've had in almost every gacha game that has come out now, which allows you to move time forward at a very quick rate. This is done by just using the phone and heading over to the clock app, which will then allow you to move time forward to any time of the day that you want, morning, afternoon, or evening. Now, the only thing that I have to say about this is I wonder whether it will be possible, if we can buy houses in the game, to also sleep in our houses and also progress time, similar to what you could do in GTA 5, or if it's going to be a system that is only limited to your phone. I'm really hoping it's not a system that is only limited to your phone. It would be nice to just sleep and actually be able to move time forward. But it's not like as if it's something that I'm really going to use, but there are people who will appreciate that little bit of detail. So having it there would be awesome, but the time progression system is there. And that is where I will bring the video to a close. Thank you all so much for watching. If there's any other system that you think I missed, then please put it down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure that you are following me on Twitter, because as more and more stuff comes out, I will be posting it on my Twitter. The Ananta versus NTE video is still coming. I'm still waiting to see what NTE is going to show us at TGS. They haven't actually shown us anything yet. Once they actually do that, then I will make the comparison video for all of you's viewing pleasure. But with all of that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.